Map number 2 here of the Grand Finals. Neoplanet S is the next map that we go over to. And down here, spawning in the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid. He's currently leading this series. That is TaeJa.
Such strong play out of TaeJa. He's just so good against mech, but this guy's so good at mech. In the top right from Team Acer, make some noise for INnoVation.
All right, well, this series started off really strong from both sides. A great game to kick us off, but it was a longer one. Star Station being a bit of a bigger map here. This one is smaller and more condensed. We could end up seeing some proper aggressive play here, even though game 1 started in that direction. This one could also, and this one could be a lot more deadly.
Well, on this map, I don't think it's going to be like a double Barracks Reaper. If we see aggression here, I gotta say, I like Cloak Banshee on this map. I think it's a pretty strong way to play it. We'll have to watch, see exactly when these guys get their gases, or even if these guys get their gases. And it looks like a 12 gas going up there for INnoVation. In the meantime, for TaeJa, will he grab a gas?
That's the question here.
Feel like this might be a 15 gas coming out, you think?
Yeah, I mean, taking a non-gas approach is very, very dangerous. We saw what happened earlier on with MMA, right? When he played against INnoVation, we saw MMA try a gasless style and it got hammered down. But no, a 15 gas does come in here. To be honest, I do prefer the 15 gas player over the earlier gas player. Well, I prefer the defensive stance.
The defensive stance is oftentimes so strong in Terran versus Terran, as defensively, there's a huge advantage with Terran, especially with the Siege Tank, especially with high ground, with all those ranged units, having a preformed concave, that type of thing, bunkers. It can be hard to do damage. So it's a very nice opening here for TaeJa, but he is going to be on the defensive, which means INnoVation, hopefully for him, is going to set the tempo of this game.
Yeah, the only way that TaeJa can really get a solid lead in this is not really through what he does, it's through what INnoVation doesn't do. Because INnoVation being the aggressor here, it's up to him to get the damage dealt. He needs to get to the SCV line with whatever tech he chooses to go for with having a faster gas income. And that's where, he could put himself in a leading position in this series. Well, at least in this game, sorry.
He's grabbing a second Reaper, and in fact his command center is about 2 seconds faster than TaeJa, so that's a pretty decent start for him. And he is following up with a factory. It's pretty mirrored. The only real difference being the fact that we do have a little bit better mineral income in the early game for TaeJa against a couple of Reapers.
We do have a second gas coming in from INnoVation, though. The second gas coming in, that will obviously power him towards getting some damage done. And there's 2 Reapers just tickling the Marine count, and that's kind of nice if you think about the follow-up which we could see here, being Cloak Banshees. If he's already doing damage to the Marines, it makes the Banshee follow-up even stronger because, well, there's one less Marine and the others are damaged, and it means less work that the Banshee has to put in.
That is so true, Apollo. If he can kill off or damage these and make these like one-shots, that's a huge deal. And, we've seen a lot recently in TVT. If you get a lot of Marine kills with those Banshees, you get the army advantage, you have that tempo advantage, and sometimes we even see a follow-up attack that's deadly. Deadly.
Great word for StarCraft.
Great word for these 2 players.
All right, bunker coming down here for INnoVation on his front. Started a Widowmine production, or at least one Widowmine. And on the other hand, we do just have Hellions coming out here for TaeJa. And with his second gas coming in as well, we should be seeing a Viking here from TaeJa, I suppose, right?
Yes, I would definitely say he's going to grab a Viking. This is a very safe unit composition that we see. When you go for the 15 gas, as you were talking about before, Apollo, it means that you're going to be on the defensive. You're going to have kind of a catch-all some Hellions, some Vikings. Sometimes you get a Siege tank, but that's a little bit older school style.
A scan from TaeJa did reveal the Cloak Banshees. He immediately started the engineering bait here, so he is preparing for what he knows is coming now. He knows that the Banshees are going to try and bring down this SCV count. But he does have a pretty good setup to deal with it, to be honest. With the engineering bait finishing up, he's going to have turrets built immediately.
And those turrets are going to be amazing at zoning these out, really for, you know, of course they shoot, but it's more of getting that vision, making sure that the cloak doesn't mess you up. He doesn't want to have to spend those mules.
Well, the Hellions have found the Banshee, and the turret is finished on the natural as well as in the main base here. And there is a Viking too, so does he keep cloak? Does he cancel? He cancelled it and built a Raven immediately upon realizing that he wasn't going to be able to get any damage done. And that's a good save of a bit of gas there.
That's right. With the Raven, well, we do have the Raven coming out for TaeJa in just a second here. Not going to be the most useful thing because TaeJa always is going to go biotank. Well, almost always at least. Not a big fan of that mech type style. But INnoVation right now grabbing his third command center. We still haven't seen anyone completely commit to how they want to play this game, though.
It's been quite an even game so far.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's pretty much identical. The worker count, the army count, the overall supplies, the income that both of these players have. Very, very equal. But now, for the first time, we are going to see it change up a bit. With INnoVation throwing down a third command center early on here, and TaeJa not, and he's just seen this, with the scan, he's seen that third command center down. So INnoVation will increase his economy with this third command center. The question is, does TaeJa throw his down? He's just decided to throw 2 extra barracks.
Wow, that is a strong response to what he has scanned. He sees the third command, as you say. He sees 2 more factories just being added now. He knows that he can gain some advantages by really pumping out a lot of units and controlling the map.
He definitely will want to expand himself soon enough, but like you said, he's going to be controlling this game a little bit. There is the expansion after the 2 barracks. So he adds on a little bit more production to ramp up his army size and then the expansion behind it. And he can almost neutralize the expansion of his opponent. It's faster, but what happens if he can't use it? Because there's units on the map that TaeJa's going to have.
Well, the best he gets is maybe an extra mule or 2, maybe a few extra SCVs, but those aren't a big deal, really. Now, we do see you sieging up the front a little bit here. Does have those early siege tanks punching through. How much damage can he really get done?
Well, he's picked off the bunker. He's putting a bit of pressure onto his opponent. Scans ahead of time. These Vikings helping out a bunch here, but we do have INnoVation with a backstab. 2 medivacs full of units headed towards the main base of TaeJa. And with TaeJa's playstyle, everything is waypointed to the other side of the map.
This is a very powerful drop we see, but at the same time, a lot of damage coming out of TaeJa, making him run away from this natural expansion. Oh my god, so many SCVs go down. A huge lead in that regard now for TaeJa, but this drop doing a good job as well.
Oh, this is an interesting position because INnoVation is not mining from his natural anymore. If TaeJa cleans up what's in his main base... Nice.
Beautifully done here. TaeJa just picking INnoVation apart.
TaeJa's just walking up into the main base. He's not really compromised the natural. He's going to get the main as well.
Yeah, this is a base trade scenario, one unlike one I've ever seen. INnoVation continue to do damage there as well. But this army of TaeJa killing off absolutely everything. Only 9 SCVs left for INnoVation.
INnoVation's a goner in this game. He's got 33 supply left. All the SCVs are coming there saying, all right, boys, it's up to us. We'll do it if you're not ready to. And TaeJa just comes and surrounds everything with a couple of units as support to the SCVs. TaeJa's going to take a 2-0.
GG.